I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Okay, is your thing? Are you on? Is your mic on? It is. Let me see if it's going through YouTube. Ethan, is that Ethan? I can hear Ethan. I think it's you, Mike.
Guys, what's up?
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
hello?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah. Go into the motherfucking paint.
That's why I don't use PC.
Yeah.
For that reason exactly.
What is that reason?
What just what just happened with Michael's computer? That's why I use Mac and not PC.
You know, it was just my really, really like nice advanced included software for my microphone that wasn't running. It wasn't like a problem with the computer. I just didn't turn something on. You know,
Yeah, I'd say it's probably his graphics card.
Yeah, probably. Fucking asshole, dude. What a fucking dickhead. What a piece of shit. Are we recording our own audio? Are we recording our own audio for this? Yo, what's up, dude? Nice.
Oh, wait, that's a really good question. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan, do you have GarageBand on that computer?
Okay, what? 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 I'm gonna save this and then start this new multi-track session, and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna call this one Podcast 2. Podcast 2. Podcast 2. Test. Save this guy.
Oh, fuck. I just saved Podcast 1 as Podcast 2 because you said that so many times that I just reflexively wrote Podcast 2. But now I have to open a new one, and this is going to have to be Podcast 3.
Well, now we're not lined up anymore. Now it's like
what am I? What I'm gonna
might as well just give up, dude. Fucking give up.
All right, I'm gonna press record. Ethan, is your GarageBand open? Hello?
Hello?
Ethan, are you still around, man?
Hey, Ethan, are you alive or?
Ethan, I haven't heard from you in quite some time.
Ethan.
Hey, Ethan.
Hey, Ethan.
Ethan, I can't hear you.
Ethan.
Ethan, come on.
His mic.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Are you recording?
No, dude, I downloaded Windows on my computer and tried to use it for like a couple minutes, and my audio just wouldn't come through.
Yeah. I've had that problem before.
Do you have GarageBand open?
Yeah. Do I just record using a microphone or line input?
Yeah, do that, and then just press record and make sure that your squiggly lines aren't like touching and peaking, if you know what that means.
What's up, guys? Yeah, my squiggly lines are pretty good. All right, I'm recording. Should I clap on the
Yeah, everyone put your put your headphones up to the mic part of your thing.
No, just sync it to the stream when we clap. Like we have recorded video. You could just. All right, I'm gonna record.
Okay, and we should all wait. Let's all clap at once. Ready?
3, 2,
1.
God damn it.
Okay.
All right, I gotta turn down a bit because I'm peeking my mic out.
All right.
Is this okay? Can you hear me still or no? You want to turn me up? You turn me up on your side?
You sound the same to me.
Test?
You sound good.
Do I sound good now?
Yeah.
Do I sound good?
You still sound like shit, but you sound good, man.
What's up with this overconfident guy over here? He's talking shit on my computer. He's commenting on my beautiful voice. What's going on?
Dude,
At least I don't look like an Oompa Loompa.
I had an energy drink because I normally go to bed like 2 hours ago.
Okay.
And now I'm fucking jacked, man. I'm jacked.
Yeah. This is what we play for. This is what we do. I'm really loud too. I don't know why I'm so loud.
So I made the title of this hangout Endgame because I want us to talk only about Avengers Endgame.
Dude, I'm down. I saw it yesterday.
Have you seen it, Michael?
I have not seen it yet, but I've heard a lot of stuff about it, and I'm really excited for Ant-Man.
Are you gonna say what I think you're gonna say? Are you about to come out with the fan theory?
No, I'm just really happy for the actor, and I'm really happy that the character's relevant in the series. Why? What's the fan theory?
Ant-Man goes into Thanos' rectum and goes super large, and Thanos goes pop.
That's disgusting. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Oh my god. I gotta wash my ears out with Clorox bleach now. And
Michael, 1 to 10, you turn the metronome on GarageBand and leave it on for the rest of this hangout.
Dude, we don't know which Michael you're talking to when you say that.
Yeah, there's two of us.
Well, one of the Michael uses real software to record stuff on his fancy computer, and the other Michael's using GarageBand.
I would have to listen to it.
Are you mad at me because I'm successful?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
You know what it's like to be me?
My mom said early hangout, hey guys.
Yeah, we got an early hangout going on, Beth.
This is not early. It's 1:15 a.m.
Wow, that's early for you. Wow, this is going to be a weird podcast for Ethan, I think.
Yeah, I get kind of romantic at 1 a.m. every night.
Trust me, I remember the year 2014 when you forced yourself upon me.
Not on live stream.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Your lawyer paid me a bunch of money so I wouldn't talk about it.
That's where all my money went.
Yeah.
What was it it was all the money I had plus $35,000 that I owe the federal government that my lawyer paid you.
Yeah. That you got from your student loans, correct?
Oh, I mean, who knows where I got the money? I just have $35,000 in student loans.
Okay. Right.
I'm not gonna say where I got the $35,000, but I have $35,000 in student loans, and I gave the lawyer $35,000.
So I want to play this game where I do a dance move. You guys have to copy it. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yeah.
This one's called the swimmer. Backstroke.
Was it the front one? Oh my gosh! All right.
This is the worst game I've ever played.
Michael, you're up.
Stop. I'm Mike. He's Michael. Okay, get it right.
Mike, can you tell Michael that he's up?
Oh yeah, Michael, you're up. It's your move.
No, I just want Ethan. I think you're confused.
No. I'm confused about the names, but I know who's up.
And it's Michael Gerry.
Ethan, I feel like you're having a hard time. Is there something going on like outside the hangout that you want to talk about?
Personally.
Yeah, let me grab some water really quick and think about the best way to word this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. These motherfuckers are trying to find out what's going on in my life. Them over there. Them. Michael.
Ethan's girlfriend. She texts me late at night, and she complains and says that Ethan he becomes very physical when he drinks. She said it's been getting out of control recently. It's getting worse.
All right, we're 5 minutes in. We gotta start doing something entertaining, or this is all gonna go off the rails again. So what can we do?
5-hour podcast.
5-hour podcast. All cowboy impersonation. I'm gonna grab my posture corrector and turn the air down. I'll be right back.
So I watched that whole chemtrails one, and it was so funny. And I don't think we can achieve that tonight, even if I put in all of my effort, or if I put in none of my effort, which usually equates in about the same amount of funniness.
Well, I think the big difference with that one was, we had like a motivation. We had like something kind of pressing that we had to figure out. And I feel like now that we solved that, we don't have as many looming threats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the final conclusion again?
I have to go back and watch the tapes, but
I'm sure Michael will remember. We'll ask
I think
him.
it was related to Obama and his birth certificate, and it definitely had to do. I think Courtney Love was involved in the Denver airport. There was
that was a big part of it. Yeah.
there were signs that was maybe correlated with the chemtrails.
Michael, what was your guys' final conclusion on the chemtrails discussion?
Oh, yeah. Like how a beaver makes a dam, and we all have to get along in the world.
Yep.
Something
We
like
all
that.
have to. Michael was just
Like
mowing
that.
lawns today. Michael got like 4 lawns.
No, I said get along. Like kumbaya.
Yeah, get along. I get along. Everyone wants
Yeah.
along.
I got a little hangnail right there. All right, let's get into the news. What do we? I guess I'll just Google news. We got
Let me Google it. I'm on a Mac. I should probably Google it.
Okay, cool. Ocasio-Cortez aligned with group attacks Joe Biden, says he's out of touch with the Democratic Party.
All right, I'm gonna chip in real quick and just.
Go ahead, chip in. But before
you,
you chip in, I'm gonna say something. After you chip in,
I'd like to. I mean, Joe Biden, the guy's.
Oh, you guys want something really funny to joke about? There were a lot of bombings at churches in Syria on Easter weekend. So let's make some jokes about that.
You go first. Either make as many as you can, and then we'll follow.
Yeah, make as many jokes as you can right now about that horrible situation, and we'll follow up with some maybe. Go for it.
All right.
The floor is all yours.
A duck walks into a bar. It says, "Where's my
boom?"
bill?"
Oh man, God, I love it. I love it.
All right, Michael, you're up. We're going in a circle. Jokes about the Syrian churches.
Yeah, Michael.
You know what's funny?
What?
I feel like I guess it's really not that funny, but I feel like the Notre Dame thing catching on fire, like a building, got like more press coverage than the Sri Lanka bombing things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we don't acknowledge the terrorists, they lose.
Okay.
I feel like.
So that's been our technique in all the countries that we don't care about.
there's this genocide that's been going on for like 30 years. Can't remember where it is. But
we're winning. We're not addressing it.
The genocide's been going on forever, and they mention it like twice in American media over the 30 years it's been going on. And it just continues to happen, and like nobody talks about it. They bring it up at the UN, and they're like, "Oh, we've got more pressing issues."
Yeah, we have more pressure. I don't know, man. This world is pretty goofy, huh? It's like Disney World's goofy, and that's what it's all about. It's all about us going to the most magical place on earth together as a family. Mm-hmm. But if we acknowledge the terrorists and we show their faces and we say their names on TV, then they win. So don't ever spread information that could be valuable. Just keep it to yourself.
Dude, I've got that down.
Yeah. You commit that one.
Can we talk about something, Michael? Are you at Teak?
I am at Teak right now.
What is that?
Are you in school?
Mike. Social club?
Yeah, it's a social club for young men who want to meet other young men, but it's different from a gay bar.
Okay.
Can I talk about something to cut both of you off really quick? I'm gonna share for this one. I was going on Facebook to show Michael this link here, right? Let me just go on my personal Facebook, and I saw I had a notification in the USC memes page, and I commented on this meme that I thought was I just thought it was so someone's like ranked the school as like, it's a meme about schools. You're not going to get jobs if you go to Dornsife, and they spelled something wrong in the meme on accident, and it was just like. And then I commented, you guys aren't going to be able to get jobs, which like that didn't make any sense. And like, I don't even go to the school, and I haven't for a while. So, and then Alexandra Broke said, "How's the sushi chef shit going, boo boo? Or are you just gonna work for your dad?" And I've never met this girl before. I don't know what that means. And so I said, I have not become a sushi chef, and my dad doesn't own a company. But I did work for him as a video contractor one time. If you're interested in any services, I think you should contact Ethan McChristian. And then after he tells you he is inept and can't do the task you want, just text Billy Bjork and he will get it.
That's great. Because I know Billy, I know Ethan, and I know Michael, Gerry, and they're all really great guys. And
I know Elizabeth Bork.
Dude, who is that?
I don't know who that is, but she was really mad at you and apparently does not like sushi shit.
That comment kind of reminded me of a Sydney Spillers comment. Michael, you know who Sydney Spillers is, right? She's a lizard person. She blends.
She blends into the human race?
No. She can blend, and she's a lizard person.
Okay.
She was featured in one of my Instagram posts.
Dude, did you not see this Instagram video, Michael?
No, I haven't. Can we pull it up?
Yep. I'll pull it up right now, and I'll use audio techniques to show that on the thing.
Okay, revisualize the audio parabola and quantify the PCI Express port.
I can't do that because I have a Mac.
Oh, sorry.
All right, MB Stowers, that's him.
Okay.
Ethan.
Yo, check out my story. Check out my story first. Go back. Check out my story. Check out my story on the
freaking.
Oh shit! What is your picture?
Nice, Gianna. To be Boney is doing a piece on USC. Thanks, Gianna. Very cool. What does that mean?
It's one of the famous reporters from Vice I saw today. Click the next one. And then I said, "You're welcome, Michael. Never give up on your dreams." And then I said, "Thanks."
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it was really good. That was probably the best post I've ever had. I've noticed that the majority of my feed has just become chicks on Instagram in bikinis.
Oh,
and I'm really changing things.
I'm really sick of that. I'm sick of that.
I'm getting sick of it too, but
dude, wait, before I show you this video, can we just agree that the original platform of Instagram, where someone posts something, if you're following them, you see it in chronological order, was peak, and they fucked it up.
Yeah, I don't like the popularity contest bullshit, man, because I'm fucking cool, okay? And the fact that I post some shit and then it's like, oh, like if you don't post it at peak hours, it's only gonna get like half the amount of likes it's supposed to. It just makes accounts irrelevant anymore. Like,
I only got 21 likes on my last Instagram.
Yeah, it's really like not motivating. It makes you just not like the platform as much. Like you want people to see your stuff, and if they don't want to see it, they'll unfollow you. Like that's why following.
That's why following or not following exists. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube does the same shit too. Where like I don't know.
Oh, that really pisses me off with YouTube more than Instagram because I accepted that Instagram was like the algorithm was messed up probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Once I graduated from high school, but with YouTube, I'm subscribed to people, and when I go to my watch list, it's just a bunch of shit that I don't care about at all from none of the people I'm subscribed to.
And I have to hit a notification bell even though I'm subscribed.
Yeah,
which is fucking stupid. I can't wait until all of these websites are just replaced, because that's what's going to happen. Is they're eventually just going to all be replaced. You know, when
somebody makes a really good YouTube replacement without all the copyright craziness. It's dangerous
though, because every day that they don't get replaced, they're getting better, and no one else is getting better, and it's just the gap widens. So it's
no, that's not necessarily true. Every day they exist, they have more of a potential to make a mistake that is literally game ending. And the person who's taking that first initial leap to make a website that without that, they're like, oh, post whatever you want on here, that little forum. That person, if it starts to gain traction, they have nowhere to go but up. Until they hit that wall of copyright and shit like that. But if they have a carefully constructed copyright policy, they're fine. It's just that YouTube doesn't have a fucking carefully constructed policy at all. They have a very shit one, which I don't know.
Yeah, their copyright policy has actually gotten really out of hand in a bad way recently.
I forgot to turn my air down. Hold on. But after I'm done that, let's get into some recent events. Let's talk about some stuff, and then get into talking about and conversing about things that we want to talk about.
Wait, can we watch Will It Blend?
Yeah, once Michael gets back.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can watch this one.
I watch this one a lot.
Wait, fuck. Yes, thank you, Lance.
I've actually, I've got this new thing. Every time I consider watching porn, I will watch this instead, and it's a great replacement.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it was a lie.
I think you just watch porn.
I don't.
That was not convincing. But now I'm going to go up to this other video. Okay, you ready, Mike?
Yeah, I've never watched porn either. I just want everybody to know.
Viral Grammys. Hey, content. Thanks for sharing. What kind of robot punctuation is that? All right.
What's the reply to that?
I can't see it. Okay.
Oh, shit, here.
No, I got it. I got it.
I gotta make myself the main dude. Let me refresh this. All right, gentlemen, ladies.
Sydney Spiller
is the most advanced and feature-rich
human being
ever. It has an
enormous lizard tail, fornicates with lizards,
and a
Toblerone wizard catheter,
it may be the smartest
reptile woman.
ever made. But the question is, will it blend?
What am I watching? What is this, dude?
That was my return to Instagram.
Wow, that's really good.
I took over Ethan's account for like an hour.
Wow. I'm so excited for this, dude. That you guys have no idea how much I've been waiting for this day on the podcast. I can't wait for you guys to talk and then for me to talk and for us to get fucking going. But right now, I got a job to do, and that's make sure that you guys are feeling okay and that I'm feeling okay and that we're all in a good mood. And to be honest, that video freaked me the fuck out. So let's just ignore that happened and move along.
So I wanted to do like a mental health topic for today's podcast.
Okay.
And I thought that we could just spend the entire time, sort of what you were talking about, just checking in on each other.
Yeah. So let's just keep checking in. Can you hear me better with this, or is there more of a pop when I talk with a P?
There's more of a pop, but that one's better.
Okay, there's more of a pop, but that's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind a little pop.
So Ethan, what's been good? Have you been okay?
Yeah, I've been good. Have you been okay?
Yeah.
How have you been, Ethan? Have you been okay?
Hey, I still have that video of you guys talking about a new social network media firm.
That needs to come out in 1 year exactly.
It's like 50 minutes long. It
Yeah.
takes up like 2 gigabytes in my raw footage folder, and instead of it being like in a folder, it's just one clip. It's like CO 214.
Oh yeah.
And I know it. I know what it is now. I actually copied it and put it in my finished products as well because it's exactly how it needs to be right now.
That's good shit.
That was probably the worst video I've ever taken in my life.
You didn't take it. I took it.
Well, speak for yourself, but hold on. I'm trying to do something for us right now. Michael, look at the screen real quick. God damn it. Fuck. Shit.
All right, I'm looking at you.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Okay.
Oh shit! My mom asked a really important question that we didn't answer.
What?
She asked, "What are your thoughts on the secret meeting at Jekyll Island where bankers created the Federal Reserve early 1900s?"
Probably pretty smart. Good job, guys.
I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I'll let Michael go first.
Well, you got to have certain types of concessions for a democracy. And I mean, you're going to go into the global economy without a national bank. Good luck, buddy. Good fucking luck. That's what I think. And I think, you know what? Alexander Hamilton, that motherfucker should be dead, okay? Because he wanted to destroy this country with a federal, discombobulation political move. And I think, that the fact that we let China just, do what they do, and the fact that in Vietnam, we didn't finish the job there, and now, we got. I just think at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, how willing are you to die for your country? How many countries are you willing to die for at once?
I'm glad someone.
And I'm fed up. Honestly, is what it is. I'm not happy. like in general, I'm really sad. And
Michael, dude, I feel so bad. Me and Ethan were so busy checking in on each other, we forgot to check in on you.
No, it's fine. I just I can't read, so, and I also can't understand English. The only English words I know are what I'm saying right now, and then this sentence to explain that. So.
But dude, how have you been?
You probably navigate the English language pretty well just using those words.
Have you been
there?
What?
How have you been? Have you been all right?
Yeah, I mean, what's up? Everything's fine, dude.
Guys, can we talk about the funniest moment in video?
Guy who wants you to ask more questions. Yeah, hold on. Let me get some water first.
Oh shit! I just want to tell you this, Mike.
Yeah.
The funniest moment in video ever was in your ARW vlog when you put the Super Smash Bros. Splash art on you, and it's like Michael struggles to find meaning in life.
Yeah, there was a point. There's definitely a point where I was struggling to find some meaning.
Well,
but no,
it was really funny. It was funny, dude. I was laughing.
Thanks, dude. I was really sad at that time in my life. So
yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm really excited for you and your family.
I hope you all die.
And I hope you all die. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a story up so we can get some more viewership in here, because I really, really appreciate these podcasts and doing these with you guys and thinking about, stuff and words. So let me just do this.
If you keep talking while you do stuff, I'm going to have to drink 2 bottles of wine.
Yo, you should have as many bottle of drinks as you want, man, because this is all about having a fun time. That's what this is about.
Drinking isn't fun for me anymore.
Okay, yeah, me neither. I hate drinking.
I went through something a little rough, and now drinking,
dude, do we all simultaneously start hating drinking at the same time?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what happened. Is we all hated drinking immediately at the same
time.
Well,
I had like 2 glasses of wine tonight.
Dude, what the fuck, Ethan?
It was with dinner. It was tasty wine. We were having salad.
All right, so let's start doing podcast stuff. We're 24 minutes in. We're just rambling.
All right, I'm going to intro with the subject. My mom said it was the fox protecting the hen house.
That's a great analogy, because I don't know why, but it's a really good analogy.
Your mom's a pretty smart woman.
Yeah, she knows a thing or two about finances.
She seen anybody, or?
Yeah, she I believe got LASIK in 2011, and so she's been doing really well since then.
Dude, look at my weird looking arms. I have these weird shrimp arms.
Dude, it's that back thing. It's stretching your pecs in. It's making your pecs small.
My pecs, dude. I gotta get a new set of pecs. I gotta get them changed out. All right, let me put on a sweatshirt so I don't look like a goblin. All right.
Wait, alcohol causes problems. This is an AA meeting. Yeah, except none of us are anonymous except for Ethan McChristian. Nobody knows who he is. Oak, big booty. Big body. Ock, big body.
Okay.
So guys, when you Google Michael Gerry on YouTube, it goes like Michael Gerry Livestream, Michael Gerry fart, and those are the three things that come up. Can we talk about that? Like, fart is the third thing that comes up.
Michael Gerry fart comes up
You
on
think
YouTube.
this is on accident?
Michael's like on his computer googling Michael Gerry fart. Like,
I am going. Michael Gerry fart. Just gotta get my 5 times a day in. I want to see what comes up. Oh, Michael Gerry art comes up. Sleep stream with 2. You know what it is? Is you said I have fart 3 is one video. What's this? Okay, that's not what we want. Farting like a champ comes up too, but then there's also sleep stream with farts 2, Michael Gerry podcast.
What?
Oh, wait, that's not you either. Dude, none of these, there's a bunch of sleep streams, but none of them are you farting. Yeah.
Put me on the internet.
I can't wait till somebody makes a compilation, because Michael's got a lot of fart fans, where one of his fart fans make a compilation of his farts, and I can just play it on repeat on like a really big television screen that I bought with all my money.
It's not about the television part, Ethan.
It's not about the money, Ethan.
You need good speakers.
Yeah, you need good speakers.
I'll just you know what I can do? You know how people walk around with their earbuds in? They're like listening to music or like talking to important people.
No,
I can play it. I can play it on the earbuds while I walk around, and people will be like, "Oh, he's probably doing something cool. He looks cool." And I'll
You
like,
guys mind if
sit down
I
on
mute or ignore Ethan right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, I can't hear Ethan right now, so it's just you and me right now, Michael.
Wait, dude, wait, you can control Ethan? Dude, how
is he muted? Yo, unmute him.
He muted me, but I could unmute myself for some reason.
No way.
So,
Yeah, I just unmuted myself. Mute me
I
again.
just muted Michael Gerry.
so you can mute me? That's
I
not
can mute anybody.
I don't like
Yeah.
this. This is the problem with YouTube.
This is my show now. I am in control.
I just unmuted myself. Can I unmute myself?
Your mother says let's plan. Your mother is in this comment she seems really concerned. She said let's plan a big live stream promotion month for June. Brainstorm ideas. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Ideas.
Right.
Minecraft.
Okay,
No.
Minecraft is making a comeback in the pop video game world. We need to ride the wave.
I saw PewDiePie playing Happy Wheels. We could
play some Happy Wheels.
Like PewDiePie and Mr. Beast put it together, play Happy Wheels for 72 hours straight.
72 hours?
we could do last person to be alive in Happy Wheels wins $1 million.
What is Happy Wheels? And
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you serious, dude?
You don't know what Happy Wheels is?
What if we did last person alive and or no? What if we did
no, go back. Why are you going over? Why are you ignoring the question?
No, dude. I know a lot about tons of media stuff.
What are you smelling?
What do you? Oh shit!
This is the sock that I had on my microphone as a pop filter. It is a clean sock, and it still has some detergent in it. So I was smelling the detergent.
I understand that. I understand that feeling.
Yeah, that good old dirty sock feeling, dude. We gotta. What are we?
All right, so here's what I'm thinking for June. We have a contest. Last person alive getting shot in the abdomen with an AK-47.
Wow.
One time.
One
bullet.
Yo, we lost.
Whoever can take the most shots.
Yo, Michael, we got to save this podcast, man. We lost 2 viewers, man. Our career in podcasts are over. Our career in live streaming is over. It's not happening.
We got 3 watching now. Let's talk about something interesting.
Yeah, Avengers Endgame. Have you guys seen Avengers Endgame
that's
yet?
a really good idea.
Have you guys seen Avengers?
I have. I saw it last night.
Awesome. Who's going to see it tomorrow?
I'm not going to see. People are like asking me to see it, but I don't really care about Marvel movies. I think Marvel movies are stupid.
Wow, that's
awesome.
Stupid.
No, Marvel movies are dumb, dude. They're really stupid.
Been keeping up with any football teams?
I like that.
Nope.
If we start talking about sports, we'll get like 8 viewers instantly.
We'll get like 8 views.
Marvel football,
dude. Let's put. Okay, so Beth says put out a schedule of Q&As and Hangouts. Prize for 500th sub. Truth or dare with us or daring Ethan. Big social media push.
All right, let's
That's
start
actually
with
not a bad
guys,
idea.
can we take a second and realize that we finally come to the moment in time where Mrs. Gerry gets on the bullying Ethan train? Because it's been like 8 years of friendship.
Dude, my
and
mom has thought
she's
you were
always been
retarded
standing
forever,
up.
Ethan. You just didn't know.
Dude,
My mom-
moms are really good at hiding what they think of your friends. Is something that I've noticed. And
Dads aren't. Dads are not.
Dads are like, that guy's a fucking idiot. But
My
like,
dad
if
used
you
to always pull me aside and he'd be like, "Hey, your friend Michael's way too smart for you. You need to get in your league, kid." And I was like, and I'd spit.
and you hit
But
your
I'd
head
be
on the
on
wall
myself.
more.
All right,
wall.
all right, dude, I gotta do something. We're going off the rails. I gotta do something to save this right now. I'm gonna do something to save this right now. Okay. Would you rather?
That's a really good way to get us back on track.
Yes. Okay. All right. Ready? Would you rather?
What?
God damn it.
Marvel Avengers Endgame tonight?
Dude,
Or have
nobody.
watched it already?
We're not talking about Avengers. We're not talking about the fucking Avengers movies. Would you rather have no tongue or have no teeth? Beth,
Okay,
I
so
will start. I will be the responsible one, and I will start drafting stuff.
if I had no tongue, I'd probably still be able to watch Endgame, so it wouldn't be a big deal.
God damn it. All right. What about, so you would rather have teeth and no tongue?
I thought Ethan was weird the first few times I met him, and then he quickly started growing on me, and now I love him like a son. Except I love him like a son that we don't bring to family meetings.
Yeah, they used to go into Mrs. Garrett's room for like a meeting where Michael would be like, "Dad, I'm smarter than you," and Michael's dad would be like, "I'm gonna ground you," and Dad's like, and Michael's like, "Whatever, I'm still gonna sneak out." And then I'd be out there taking like stool softeners in the living room, waiting for Michael to come out. Michael's like, "This is really good Adderall," and I'd be like, "Yeah, Adderall."
Wow. That's an excellent story.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Why the stool softeners? Why'd you go with stool softeners?
It wasn't
they
his
were Adderall.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my choice.
It was either that or go home and eat cereal.
Okay. I don't see the correlation. I don't think I ever will.
That's good. It's causation.
But the best part about conversations is that you can move on. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to move on to the next question. Always wear clothes you like, but everyone else hates, or always wear clothes you hate, but everyone else likes.
No, the clothes I like.
I'm already the first one.
I'm already the first one too. Like, I wear the same shit all the time.
Somewhere in between, because I can't afford the clothes I like, so I wear the clothes I hate, and also everyone else hates them.
Every time. Sorry, go ahead.
I would want to wear like a suit of armor if I could afford one at all times.
Every time I wear something that I don't want to wear, like I'm out of shirts and I put on like a dirty or a shirt that I'm like, oh, I don't like this shirt. Every time I do that, someone's like, oh, I like this shirt. It never happens ever if I'm just wearing normal clothes.
I wear the same clothes so often, like the same 3 or 4 sets of clothes so often that I'll wear like something that I have in my wardrobe that I just haven't put on in a while. And people are like, oh, did you just get that? And I'm like, no, like this is like 3 years old. Like I just haven't worn it. But
I bought a pair.
You know, yeah.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
So remember John Lynch? I ran into John Lynch today. Dude, Michael, he's performing at the Comedy Store, which is like the premier stand-up place in LA. He's a really good stand-up comedian, and
what are his jokes?
I think he jokes about like how depressed he is and shit like that.
It's not really funny.
Yeah, it's not funny at all, man.
It is, because every time he's really sad, he makes like a bunch of funny jokes about it, so it gets kind of funny. Sorry, I forgot it's like a mental health podcast. But so
is everything okay with you? Why are you bringing this up?
Just because I've been kind of dealing with a lot. No, but so
Ethan, can you tell your wife to quiet down, please?
Yeah, we should have. We should have him come on the show and like.
I was
Yeah,
trying to tell my wife to quiet down.
Okay, so I'm gonna write that down in the book labeled "Cash" that I have.
I'm in a situation. I can't even I just
I'm gonna mute Ethan.
I'm gonna mute Ethan. Mute him. Give him like a 10-minute timeout.
What's up, guys?
God damn it! All right, so I'm gonna write that down as get John Lynch on the show.
Oh no, he adjusted my audio.
Yeah, get John Lynch on the show. His name is actually like John Capinelli or something like that. John Lynch. He's got some pretty crazy stories he could tell us.
My mom said she sat down with that guy at Teak graduation dinner. He was hysterical.
John Lynch or actually John.
That doesn't sound right, Mom.
No, he might have been there with Gulsher because him and Gulsher are really good. But John's a super funny guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, John's super funny. We could probably have him and Gulsher come on too. Gulsher's a pretty goofy guy, pretty fun guy. We should get some games going, like a kind of different types of games that are fun. Like Truth or Dare is pretty good. We could play some Truth or Dare.
Okay, ready? Let's go first.
Okay. You just say like, let's go first. What does that mean?
I choose Dare. What do you guys choose?
I choose Dare.
I'm on Ethan's side for this one. And
Right,
Michael's.
so-
I agree with
So
Michael
what's
as
the
well.
Dare? We take the Dare from the chat.
Yeah, give us a
Yeah,
dare.
yeah, give us a dare, and Ethan will do it.
Perfect. I love
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah. Okay. So we have what other fun games can we play? We could do trivia. That's always great to see how stupid people are. We could do how many eating competition.
Oh, Michael, actually, something I was thinking about doing for a podcast.
Who are you talking to?
Mike, my bad. Mike, something I'm planning on doing for a podcast I'm going to start is eating with Ethan. And it's
Ethan, the thing is that could just be a segment on this podcast because
it's a cooking show I want to do where I make somebody food and then we both eat it and we talk about whether we like it.
Every time it's gonna be no for like the first like 30 episodes. Like it's really hard to get good at cooking.
Well, I'll just have you know, I cook all of the meals in this house, and also just for some credibility, my first dish is going to be a glass of milk because I'm horribly allergic to it.
Let's do the drinking game right now. We all drink milk.
Okay, but Davey, do we have any milk? Yeah. We have milk here. Do you guys have milk?
I don't have any milk. I don't drink.
Can I use some of yours?
You have milk. It's all the way downstairs, though. You have the milk machine. I used to drink from it.
You're going to make Michael fart, and then people are going to look up Michael Bukursky farts.
The guy was named John, and so he's probably talking about John Lynch, who's like a really good guy. The guy beat cancer, which is pretty fucking crazy, and is also a comic. A lot of nothing but respect, nothing but kudos to that guy.
How's he been doing?
He's been doing great. Yeah, he's been doing really well. But yeah, so that's good. We could have some other segments. Could have like the news segment, which is something I'm really passionate about. Just like really bad news.
Let's do the news one right now. I'm ready for it.
Okay. We could do all right, yeah. So we got some ideas. We've started the brainstorming process. I'm gonna keep going. Beth, just mark my words right now. I'm gonna turn this motherfucker into the best shit you've ever seen. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna make it awesome. We're gonna get a bunch of things brainstormed. We're gonna get the ball rolling. I'm excited. Michael's excited. And we're gonna come in focused. So we'll be like the next Fox and CNN news together in the same thing. Okay, you want to share it?
Yeah, it should be screen shared right now. It's
Okay.
right here.
Wow.
What is it?
Make that full screen, Ethan. That's pretty heartwarming.
Wow. Okay, what is this?
Turkish taxi driver's gesture warmed Swedish hearts.
What is the gesture?
Story touched many people on social media.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell us what the gesture is, Ethan.
The businessman Christopher Osland.
I'm having a hard time understanding what the gesture is.
Let's find out. This driver offered his credit card, assuring him that there was enough money on it. He wasn't able to make it home and back to the airport on time because I think he probably forgot something. And he transferred money through a Swedish phone app. The client accepted the driver's unexpected offer. Mr. Turnbull then passed his card to Mr. Ostlund, giving him his PIN number and contact details. So there's some news. Can we talk about that?
I think that was pretty open and shut.
That didn't seem like something I would do to a taxi driver.
Mr. Ostlund's remark that people like Temmel would save the world was shared widely. On Twitter, one Twitter user jokingly posted, "Just don't try this in Turkey," and some laughing emojis. I will second those laughing emojis.
That's pretty racist.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset now. I'm really angry. But I looked up Alex Jones news, and it's not Alex Jones. It's like Alex Jones, like a woman is Alex Jones. There's literally nothing on.
Yeah, he was blocked by Google.
That's so crazy.
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was blocked by like Google, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, like a bunch of random ones. I think he's blocked on like 700 platforms.
Yo, so apparently the families of Sandy Hook won against him in court.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Court. They had a lawsuit.
Yeah.
What did he say about Sandy Hook? He said it was like staged or something.
He said it. Yeah, he said it was like a government conspiracy, and he was like, "I'm human and I'm coming." And then essentially, apparently they won against him, which I didn't even know that was. I mean, I guess it's like defamation, but I didn't know that was like proposing a conspiracy theory was something you could be sued for. I think there's probably more to it than that, but I'm not saying that.
Like this is going to get a little dark, but what do you think those families felt like after they won the lawsuit? Because they like lost a kid, and
I wouldn't feel gratified.
If
I lost a child, I don't think I'd ever be like happy again, right?
Like you probably were like they probably were fighting, and this was what they had on their mind was like, I'm going to win this, and they like had all the dedication. They're like, I'm doing this for my kid, and then they won, and then they were probably just like, oh,
nothing happened. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Like my dad would told me like if I lost you, Michael, I'd probably just like die. I'm like, holy shit. Like I think as a child, like you don't understand how much meaning you give to your parents, but there's also parents out there just pieces of shit, you know? I don't know, man. It's crazy stuff. Children, man. It's like there's like a little like you got this beautiful woman in front of you, and you guys are making sweet love. And then, you don't pull out, and 9 months later, she poops out a baby, and it's like the most important thing that's ever happened to you. And you guys raise it, and it starts to drool and like ride a hoverboard around and like swear, and then it smokes weed, and then it goes through the entire same thing that you went through. And then his wife poops out a baby. It's really crazy.
Would you want your kid to go through the same thing that you went through, like, and end up in a similar place to where you ended up now?
No, not at all. I want my kid to be a spoiled, pompous ass piece of shit, for sure. Like, I definitely want to spoil my kid a bit, but maybe not to the. I want to show him, like, I want to have him go through like hard experiences where like he learns stuff about life. But I definitely want my kid to have a much. What
do you say? He?
Because I think I want a son before I would want a daughter. Because I'm the last Bikursky in my lineage, so I would want to pass on the family name. And then once that's locked in, it's like I don't really care what else comes out. But I would like to have, if I could afford it, I would like to have a lot of kids.
How about you, Michael? Michael, yeah. Would you like for your hypothetical child to go through the same thing you went through to end up where you are now?
Yeah. I don't think I'm. So the deal with raising kids is if you do a good job raising a kid, then the kid is like smarter and better than you at everything, right?
Yeah, which is how it's supposed to go down for evolution. But that power dynamic, like I would definitely want a few dumb kids and like one that does the rest of everything. Like really
are you guys your parents' favorite child? Are you, Mike? Are you? Do you have
no.
I'm the only one, so I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because if not, there might be some problems.
I would say I am my mom's favorite child, but I am definitely not my dad's favorite child.
I think
I
I'm
don't
a favorite child.
I don't think parents are like biologically capable of having a favorite kid.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the hand-me-down computers from your little brother, you can tell me about what your parents are capable of and what they're not. But until then, why don't you shut your fucking mouth, huh?
Hand me down computer, dude. You got a computer? Like, why don't you shut your goddamn mouth? All right, what else do we have? I'm looking at Fox News right now, the most unbiased news source ever to grace the internet.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we got. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Text suggesting post-election brief to gather information on Trump team. Hold on. Holy shit. So there's it says 9 days after the presidential election, FBI agent Peter Strzok and FBI lawyer Lisa Page exchanged texts that Fox News has learned under a new scrutiny by congressional investigators reviewing the genesis of the Russian probe. Chief intelligence correspondent Catherine Herridge reports. I don't know anything.
That was the least interesting sentence I've ever heard. And I
think I've ever heard. Let's go back to would you rather? Would you rather be fat and smell nice or be fit and smell like sweat all the time?
Dude, I have something to say about that. I think I left my clothes in the washer for like a day, and now all of my clothes very faintly smell of like a mildew of urine. Like,
what?
Inexplicably, like a very faint
or mildew
of urine. Like it's a really. I think that's the case, or else I like emanate a urine scent from my body.
Did you pee on them?
No,
dude. I don't think that's how human like biology works. Like I don't think that's how that's supposed to happen.
I agree. I think that something mysterious happened in my
urine out. I let my urine out all at once out of like one small hole. But there's a chance that you could just let yours out. How often do you pee? Like once a day?
I've never gone. That's the thing.
Yeah, so you probably just let yours out slowly out of a couple million holes.
Probably just seeps out of your pores at that point, right?
That is so weird to think about.
Or what? Are your poops solid?
No, I've never pooped either.
Huh. Here's the thing. Would you rather kill Abraham Lincoln so that slavery still existed, or kill George Washington so that we lost the revolution?
Okay.
Wait.
Are you looking these up online?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think this one through.
I don't like that one.
I think all past American presidents were bad people. So
yeah, they all belong in jail for sure. They probably all colluded with Russia too.
Yeah. Guys, Davey's doing something.
American history is fine just the way it is. I don't think we need to change. I mean, not that's a bad thing to say.
I don't like
I don't think America would be the country it is today if both those people didn't exist. And I think like the situation might be worse either way, right?
Or better.
How would it be better if there was no revolutionary war? There wouldn't even be the United States.
Well, if we were British, we could be a part of Brexit, and that'd be kind of fun.
I do not want to be anywhere close to
That was a
Brexit.
really big deal. And like we could have had like, you know, it would have been definitely like a day off of school maybe, because we got Trump's election off.
Well, I met some really cool British people when I was traveling, and they were kind of cool.
Did you guys get your Bukursky and Ethan? Did you guys have any classes canceled the day that Trump won?
No, but my classes should have been.
No, I wasn't in school at the time.
Oh shit! What was that semester like for you?
That semester I had taken, that was probably my worst semester at USC. Actually, it was terrible. Not because of Trump, but because of like the political hysteria around me at the time when I had pretty severe depression because of how Adderall depleted my dopamine reward system. So I was like trying to tell people, I was like, you guys are fucking losing your minds over two dumb assholes. And like people were like, what do you mean and then the other like, what do you mean you're just a piece of shit, you know, you don't care about minorities, and the other side was like, the South will rise again, and I was just like, I'm not I didn't even vote. I was like, fuck this. Why would I vote for either one of these douchebags? You know what I mean? One of them did Benghazi, and the other one was just like I originally was a Bernie supporter. I met Bernie at the Wood Ranch Grill at the Grove in LA, like, and everything. There's a picture of me and Bernie on my Instagram. I was all on the Bernie train. I still get texts today about like, hey, like, are you thinking of voting for Bernie in 2020? Now, fuck no. But
and that's from Bernie himself.
Yeah, he's like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, straight up, this election is really hard, and I am not having a good time. But yeah, like I wouldn't vote for Bernie now, but at the time, like, I didn't really give a shit. I was kind of in my own head about stuff, you know, so I didn't like care. But that was definitely one of the hardest like times in my life for sure.
So wait, can I ask, because you said the Adderall, like, dopamine depletion, which, dude, I totally get.
Yeah,
been there, done that. Not the best experience. But you're on amphetamines again, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm on a different type of amphetamine, and the amphetamine that I'm on Vyvanse, which is more acetylcholine than dopamine and norepinephrine. One, and then also
Vyvanse is a methylphenidate, right?
I'm not sure what that means.
There are two types that they normally prescribe. There's dextroamphetamine and methylphenidates.
What is the difference? Like, is methylphenidate better or worse?
It depends on who you are, but I like methylphenidates better. Dextroamphetamines is like Adderall. But
yeah, I like methylphenidates then too.
The most common like methylphenidate is I think Ritalin is the most common, but Concerta is also a methylphenidate.
Yeah, so I like Vyvanse a lot. It's a very different feeling than Adderall, but like after this summer and after college, I do not plan on continuing my prescription. The problem was that I did Adderall every day for a period of like almost 4 years straight, like 4 or 5 years straight, maybe. And it was just a lot for a young developing mind to have. I was always irritated. I was always stressed out. I always had a high level of anxiety.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It is actually, the chemical name is lix-dexamphetamine, which is like a dextroamphetamine.
Yeah, I'm actually writing a report right now for Writing 340 on like the use of study drugs in education and primary, secondary, and post-secondary education, and it's it's bad, man. Like this is not a type of substance that we should have prescribed so liberally, and at the moment it's being overshadowed by the opioid epidemic for sure. But like in there's no doubt in my mind that in like 5-10 years, like this is going to be not a huge problem, but even within like 3-4 years, it'll be much more in the public eye. And I think like we're going to start treating these types of conditions of like anxiety and focus with things like ketamine infusion and LSD and psilocybin. I mean, Oregon's already trying to legalize psilocybin. And I think, it's already been used in trials to help combat PTSD and build people's attention.
And for the viewers or viewer who don't know, psilocybin is the active ingredient in mushrooms, right?
Yeah, psilocybin is the psychoactive ingredient in mushrooms. So a lot of people who have ADHD, they have a very, very creative and explosive brain, like as a young person, and they probably are a little bit more impulsive and risk taking. So people start to say, "Oh, like this kid's crazy, he needs to calm down." But they'll grow out of that phase a lot of the time. But a lot of the times they get medicated and they get on these drugs and they develop like severe anxiety conditions, which can even, because of the depleted chemicals in their brain already, before they're given these drugs that will kind of just like destroy these systems of the brain, those symptoms get exacerbated when they're off of the drug, and it builds a certain type of dependency towards using that drug, so they can't get anything done unless they're on it.
I had a summer where I was equally as interested in what you're talking about. Well, I can't say equally as interested, but I was really interested. Started with nootropics and then went to Adderall and then went to other drugs. I just was reading a bunch on it.
Yeah, if you just like raise your like child with people who will tutor them and people who will help them build focus, there's no doubt in my mind that they'll be completely fine. It's like a lot of parents get like, "Oh, I don't want my kid to, flunk out of preschool," which like is not a thing, by the way. Like it's like like their grades aren't going to really matter until they get to high school. And it's really towards the end of high school that they care about, you know, colleges, if you want your child to go to college. And so you have this weird thing. I don't know. I think we haven't really seen the entirety of its effects, but I can tell you from my personal experience that it's a very dangerous drug, and you should be very wary when asking for it to be prescribed to you.
It's got to be. It literally has to be one of those things where in like 25, 30 years, people look back and they're like, "What the fuck were like doctors thinking? Like, why?" Like, is that such a serious, intense thing to just put like millions of people on all the time, and especially like an insanely young age, and that's just like so universal and widely accepted right now. It's like cigarettes, but like way worse and like for your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I think it's like, I mean, this is a relic from this, like the amphetamines that we use today are a relic from like Nazi fighter pilots and Allied fighter pilots who would like use these drugs to essentially like have people, you know, complete busy work quicker or gain an edge in the field of combat. Like these are not drugs that you should have prolonged use of, and they certainly shouldn't be integrated with academia. And I think that the reason that they are is because how we perceive like how we scale education and perceive value in education is like these quantifiable marks.
Yeah, totally.
And they really just like it's totally skewed. It's not actual real learning at times, and you know, people will circumvent actual learning just to get an average. I think it's more of an institutional problem. But the thing is unfortunately, I think that the scapegoat is always going to come back to amphetamines. Amphetamines are a super useful tool if taken responsibly. But the way that they're prescribed now, because of the institutional roots of it, I think is a very dangerous pathology for the mental health of the United States. I mean, we're already having a mental health crisis and an opioid crisis. I don't think we need, you know, like an amphetamine crisis on top of that. So
I have two comments on what's been said. I think Michael and Mike, both of you guys, have like some negative impressions of your Adderall usage, which is pretty interesting for me because I never used it regularly. I only ever used it irregularly. I abuse it, like by the definition of abusing drugs, and I did not feel like I had the same lasting side effects as you guys. The only time I ever felt bad from taking it was the time I took it at Teak and worked on videos, and when I was already in like a mentally unhealthy state. But when I used it in high school, I really didn't feel like I had like lasting negative effects. In fact, I was living so much off that like gratification high after taking it that I felt really good after taking it and kept performing and like was very satisfied. And also, I don't think we share like the same experience with this. I'm not sure if we do or don't. But don't you guys think that anxiety, like the overprescription of anxiety medications right now, is also ridiculous, as well as like?
Yeah, I think the problem is that doctors are just like, if I know this because I see a doctor twice a week, and then I also see a psychiatrist once a month. You know, like a psychologist can't prescribe you drugs, but psychiatrist is the one that prescribes you drugs, and their means of treatment is prescription. So if you go in there and you're like, oh, I have general anxiety and I have a hard time concentrating in class, like they will literally prescribe you an upper and a downer at the same time. It'll be like, here's some Valium for at night, or here's some mirtazapine to take at night so that it reduces your general level of anxiety, and then also here's Vyvanse, or here's Adderall. Or here's, you know, this type of drug that's supposed to pick you up during the day.
So I can't imagine what that does to your head.
Yeah, it's so bad for you, and it's like it's a really poor way to solve these solutions, or to develop solutions for like people's problems, because they become so dependent on substance. And it's like, all right, well, why don't you just update how we score students? Like,
and dude, the thing is,
since like it's like institutions and schools are such a hackneyed and archaic institution, like at that point, because we've been marking kids the same way we have literally since like the 1700s. It's like, you got an A, you got a B, you know, like here's your report card.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what the fuck? Like we can't update that at this time. Like we at this rate, we've been to the moon. We know how to change a man into a woman. Like we know how to genetically modify our own food and still, you know, have it be some sort of serviceable level of nutrition.
Not a big fan of that, but go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking about going to Mars, and you want to tell me that like we're still scoring students in the same way that we did fucking, you know, like 120 years ago? It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like I don't get that. I don't understand it.
Dude,
I think
it's crazy too, like how systematically it's in like the medical community and medical textbooks and stuff, to the point where doctors accept it unquestionably, right? It's like that's just common practice. And then, dude, what normal American is going to think that they know? I mean, you take like, there's like the anti-vaxxer community, right? Outside of that, what normal person is going to think that they know better than a doctor and be like, wait a second, like maybe I shouldn't take this drug every day? Like they're going to listen to the doctors. Like most normal Americans are just going to trust a doctor's advice right off the bat. And that every doctor
that was
people.
That was one of the biggest points of argument I had that lasted 2.5 years in my previous relationship.
Was what?
Was like when a doctor says like, this is what you should do, you don't just like take that as fact. You should probably like look into that and weigh it for yourself, and like how you individually are more aware of what's going on in your body than somebody who you try and explain what's going on.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think like you should definitely be skeptical of doctors, but I don't think you should do it to the point where it's like, oh, I don't trust doctors. Like I'm gonna rub mud on my nuts. Like,
dude, that's another effect of that. Is that if like once there's gonna be some period of time where people will wake up to this and they're like, whoa, fuck, like that was really messed up.
The thing is that like in Japan, like the doctor gets paid if you're healthy, right? It's like in America, it's like we use healthcare, and like we don't have that contractual relationship with a personal doctor, right? Yeah. Like we just have it. We use a doctor as a service. It's like, I need a service because my leg hurts. I need you to fix my leg, right? We don't have like in Asia or China. I'm not sure which one, so don't quote me on this. But one of those countries in the East your doctor charges you monthly or weekly, probably I think monthly, if you're healthy. His job is to keep you healthy, right? So he loses money if he's a bad doctor. And that's the way that it should be, I think. It's like if you're a bad doctor and you know you prescribe something and now you have your patient is depressed and they won't get out of bed, like you need to be like, oh fuck, like what did I fuck up? How do I fix this? Like
I think there's a lot of improvements that can be made in the medical community.
Doctors are going off, not miracle workers.
Well, yeah, Chip has said a lot of valuable things up to this point. If you guys want to touch on them, Chip has been giving a lot of good facts. I've been swapping over and zoning in on them really quick. Shout out, Chip.
He said Mike knows what's up. And then he goes,
the only thing you're going to take away from everything he said?
Yeah. Nobody. He's talking about the amphetamine use with the Kennedys. And then also he's talking about how it's a scapegoat problem, is an addiction problem, which is a public health crisis. And I agree with that. And he's saying that doctors are people, they're not miracle workers. And I think I don't want to take the liberty of like interpreting what he says, but what I think he means by that is like they're people, you know, and they'll make mistakes, but also too, because they're people, they will be disingenuous, you know, and like be like, I maybe I shouldn't prescribe this to somebody, but I will because I want to keep them around because I want their money for my practice.
Also, if there's like a code of conduct for doctors to behave upon, and there's medical textbooks in which they're taught, are they going to take some like risky alternative, or are they going to take the safe alternative? And even if the safe alternative isn't safe, if that's what every other doctor is doing, they aren't going to be held liable for prescribing you Adderall when you say you can't focus, because everyone else is doing that. But if they give you, like, let's say they're like, oh, we want to put you in the psilocybin trial, all of a sudden this doctor is responsible for what's going on with you.
Or what doctor is going to say? What doctor is going to say? Maybe like. Look at the amount of like diet and exercise and like family time in your life, and like those things are out of balance. Like that's going to be affecting every other part of your life. Like you might be having a hard time focusing in school because like your parents are fighting and you're eating shitty food, and so you feel terrible, and then you're not sleeping at night, and in school you're like a zombie, you know what I mean? And you have emotional problems. Like
No, and I agree because I mean like I agree with that simply because like my parents used to fight all the time. They were in the middle of a heated divorce. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not unlike that to happen, that like I'm stressed out about other things. I'm not thinking or concentrating on school because I'm thinking about other stuff. So it's like totally possible that that was the case. And I think like that idea of like, oh, like, let me just prescribe you drugs. It's like, what it is like people who are, I guess, doctors or like intellectuals or researchers or scientists, is like they really, really hold on to their work, and they really, really value like these giant overarching principles that they have. Like I remember, like you could see it with that guy Graham Hancock, or that archaeologist. That like they finally just realized that humans existed in the United States over 100,000 years ago. You know, and like there's evidence, but like when he was preaching this years ago, nobody fucking believed him, and they're like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." You know what I mean? And it's like this idea that there's like this kind of weird sense of pride that like empirical communities have about stuff that they're dead set right, and it's just simply not the case for a lot of things. You know, like they thought marijuana would make you jump off fucking buildings. Like how, you know what I mean? And the fact that people will be like, oh well, the U.S. government would never allow such nefarious activity. Like they're not paying attention to fucking history. Like the U.S. government has done so many nefarious things and allowed so many nefarious things to happen. It's a very reactive government. It's not a very proactive government.
And dude, it's like the people that to some guy says that there are humans in America or in the United States 100,000 years ago. Like that dude, whatever evidence he's working with to come to that conclusion, like the dude who came to the conclusion that there wasn't, like as soon as he says that and like he convinces a group of people, it doesn't matter what evidence he had or like, you know, the base information that they're working with. It's the fact that now people are convinced. And now it's just like a mob mentality, and like to convince the mob, like it's nuts, and
like the inertia
of that
being round.
Yeah.
So it's round, and there's evidence, and everyone's like just ignoring it.
Tons of evidence, and it's
because people aren't good. That's why we have you know, researchers, is because we delegate these people. We're like, these people are qualified enough to carry out this research. They're the person who wants to get invested and do the work so that they can relay that information to us so that we can make decisions. You know what I mean? That's why we trust them, and they can say whatever the fuck they want, honestly, and like make it look legitimate, and then it just passes on as fact. You know, and so Chip has some interesting things to say here. If I go to a doctor and say I need help with school, they give me metadate. The school is clearly the problem. That's not something that merits treatment with medication.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that students should be like, students shouldn't have to go change their brain chemistry and mental health because of school. Like that's very much a problem with school and chasing averages. Like these kids aren't learning anything.
Especially considering the school system is so far from like what the job market and the outside of the school world looks like now.
Yeah, it's so far removed. I think that's why a lot of, you know, like rich people are saying like, you don't need a degree. Like, why the fuck are you getting a degree? College is so much different now. You know, and like, you don't, you know, like a college degree is not something that I even calculate in hiring decisions anymore, which I think is a little radical, but I also see where they're coming from. Like, it's not an unrealistic idea. And then Chip goes on to say, it turned into a dependency for functioning at what I did every day. And eventually that dependency spilled into other compartments, like coping with emotions and etc. Yeah, no, I totally see where you're coming from with that. It's like, and the problem is that, and then he says, it's kind of like taking Benzo to deal with an abusive girlfriend. The biology isn't the underlying problem. Yeah, no. I totally understand that. And I think there's a lot of kids who have come off of these prescriptions, and they're starting to say this now, and it's starting to open up a lot of people's eyes. Like, super, super interesting stuff. And I'm really happy that people are on the same page, but these drugs are not, make no mistakes, like over a long-term period of time, these drugs are not good for you. Not even.
Do you guys think that there will come a point where diet will be more considered in like general health and mental wellness or wellness conversations? Like what Michael's talking about, I think that right now, like diet is really emerging as kind of like diet is emerging in like the everyday speak or the everyday conversations of people as to like how to address problems or like they're struggling with this and they talk about their diet. Do you think that's going to increase to a point where people like in
dude,
South Carolina are aware that eating chicken like 3 nights a week is probably like
I think
not chicken that's the problem though. It's
like the thing is it's not chicken that's the problem. It's like the idea that like there's a certain type of complacency with that type of person, and it's also this idea that like a lot of people don't treat themselves like they should, and a lot of people like if you like one of the biggest recommendations that I got when I was going through my thing with depression was the first thing that the doctor said to me was like, well, how do you sleep? And I was like I'm up late and I stay in bed. It's like, okay, that's pretty bad. You want to normalize your sleep schedule. What are you eating? Like I'm eating Panda Express. I'm eating like fries and burgers. And okay, well, that's not good for you either. Okay. So you want to do that to balance out, like your brain chemistry and kind of get the bacteria in your body, like, up to par. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well, you got that from a doctor.
Yeah, but it's like, do you actually
come a point where this is a conversation that people have with their friends?
Yeah, I think it's already starting to happen because then they're like, well, do you exercise? It's like, no, I don't exercise. It's like, okay, so you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're not exercising. Like, where do you expect to increase serotonin and dopamine and norepinephrine?
But dude,
like,
also another thing
what
about
else?
that is that,
and also drinking, like drinking completely destroys, like you could have a person who eats healthy, sleeps well, and exercises, and they start drinking and it fucking destroys and derails all of that.
But dude,
it's like
some people literally don't know that. Like tons of people have no idea. Tons of people have no idea that diet is connected to how they feel. They have no idea. Like how it's insane to think about, but that's like a majority of America has no idea.
I think a majority of the world at this point, man. It's like we look at the obesity rates in the United States and we also look at them in the UK. It's like the entire world is getting fatter if they can get fatter, And I don't know. It's like, and then this idea of like, don't fat shame me. It's like, we're not shaming you, but you're definitely not as healthy as, fucking Ryan Lochte over there. Like, like, what do you expect, man? Like, I don't get that mentality. It's like, we've gotten so far into the victim mentality of like, let me just build these excuses in defense of my current personality and never address any of my underlying character flaws throughout my entire life and just skate through life. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to live like that. So that's where
are you guys really in tune with? I had a comment on that, but I have a feeling I know both of your opinions. It's like the Love Yourself campaign, and I have a feeling we don't need to talk about it because there's already like a underlying agreement. So, are you guys in tune with like your day to day, what you eat, and how it makes you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've started to pick it up. Like I've started to get in tune with it. It's huge. It's really important.
I think I first got in tune with it living at Teak with Michael. We were kind of like on a ketogenic diet, and I felt pretty good. It wasn't the best I've ever felt for sure, but no, we weren't paleo.
Yeah, we
were eating like fats and protein, like bacon and eggs, and like no bread at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they actually have food.
I'm gonna go grab
food.
Yeah, we were all like protein, fruits, and veggies.
I'm gonna grab food real quick. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll run down. I'll come right back. But yeah, no, I've started to realize that too. Like I've also realized like if I don't eat, I'm gonna feel like shit too.
You should probably grab some food then.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I agree with what all of you are saying. 100% diabetes is a skyrocketing disease caused by high triglycerides from bread, pasta, because human evolution haven't caught up to digesting grain. A lot of America still thinks that like bread and like I spent a portion of my life and like that's how I know that I'm like a majority of people think this. And I have like a pretty health progressive mom. Like a majority of America thinks that like bread and pasta are like healthy things. Like that's still the bottom of the food pyramid, right? Like whatever the updated food pyramid is, like that is what when the people turn to someone again, like an authority figure to get health advice, and like the government's like, yeah, eat like pasta. bro, like that's not the best thing that you can be. Like people need to be eating like vegetables and shit. Like if people ate fucking like more vegetables, like if you ate more vegetables and got more sleep, like your life is going to improve. Ethan, are you frozen?
I also think that a big problem with diet in the States isn't like because people value bread or because.
Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi is messed up. They say that humans before animal and grain domestication were the original affluent societies because we ate like kings compared to now. Yeah, the food pyramid we got as kids bullshit. Yeah. But it's crazy that like the authority figures are still like, I mean, I'll look up the food pyramid right now and like we'll see what that. Ethan, I think you gotta leave and restart your Wi-Fi and then come back. I can hear like one word out of every 10.
Can you move my head? One sec.
I can hear you now. I don't know how to access what would be. This looks like one of the newer ones. Basically, my final thoughts on that are like it's really messed up that whatever, like, again, like people are relying on this information and they're just like they're getting misinformed and they don't know it. And like, how are you supposed to take action to better your life if you aren't even aware that like the food that you're eating correlates with how you feel, and if you don't even know like what is going to make you what foods are good for you, if you don't know these things and the people that you trust to tell you these things are telling you like inaccurate things, then it's like you look at America as a problem, and you can't say like, oh, stop being fat. Like that's not that, like that person is getting like misinformed and like their parents were misinformed, and like there's this bubble of like false information around them. And they don't.
Dude, like there's a ton of stuff too about like think about Figueroa, right? I live right next to it. It's the highest concentration of fast food in the United States. Okay. So if that's the case, you know, it's like all the people around here, they don't make a lot of, like the people who live outside of USC don't make as much money as the people who go to USC. So if they're living around here and they don't have a lot of money, right? And they go, like they need to get something to eat for their family. Say they have 4 kids, they need to feed a family of 4 kids and 2 adults. Like they're going to go to KFC and buy chicken and like eat chicken, and KFC is super bad for you. Like, they're going to go to McDonald's and they're going to buy McDonald's. Like it's not easy. It's not like super hard to put these ideas together just because like it's like, well, how could you not, you know? I think like, I don't know, man. It's just really fucked up. It's fucked up.
That's fair.
What has become of the United States because of these like non-proactive and non like community based like developments. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't like the state of a lot of different things, and I think that I think like health is one of them, you know. I think like the country's just very unhealthy.
Before my internet shut down, I wanted to make a point, and I'll make it really quick. I think that when it comes to like diets, a lot of people are like taking these mainstream diets, or they're going through these fads, or they have this understanding of what a diet should be, and it's like, this is what's good for you and this is what's bad for you. And I think that is an unhealthy mentality to have, because what's good for me, what's good for Mike and Michael respectively, is almost certainly not the same. And so prescribe the diet.
To be fair, it's like, dude, it doesn't matter who you are. You need like vegetables in your life if you want to feel your best, and like you need like, you know, certain base things. You need some amount of protein, and like, you know, some fruit doesn't hurt. Like if you take really, really basic ideas, those apply to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like
I think that's true. But like diets, like people trying to lose weight or get in shape, following diets are like,
I
There's a lot
think
to be said on that.
no, yeah, I agree. I like the idea that the keto diet is going to work for everybody is like a total fucking like not happening thing, right? Like the idea that the paleo diet is going to work for everybody, but it's like these general overarching things of like don't consume a lot of oil that isn't like canola oil or olive oil. Like don't be like, oh, it's coconut oil, so it's really healthy for you. Like coconut oil is super bad for you, and builds a ton of fat. You know, like try to stay away from.
What's bad about coconut oil?
I took a nutrition class. It just builds like it just clogs your fucking like if you're cooking with coconut oil, it just clogs your arteries.
With
like just
non-essential fatty acids.
Yeah, totally.
Or
Like the best things that you can
nutrition class.
Yeah, USC nutrition class for sure. But the best oils that you can cook with are canola oil and if not canola oil, then olive oil.
Because my mom would probably fight you to the death on that and say that canola oil is one of the last ones you should use.
Yeah, canola oil doesn't have many essential fatty acids in it.
I don't know, man. That's what I learned.
It wouldn't be your fault
that's the point, right? Like that's the point is like that's what you're told. Like I've been using that information for fucking ever now at this point, right? Like if it's like your mother would be like, oh, that's not true. It's like I don't know. It's like how do we know? It's pretty crazy. But I think it all circles back around to what we were talking about originally is like you don't need to prescribe drugs to these people. You just need to fucking make them like get them healthy, give them some encouragement. You know, don't give them a number and then, you know, say, oh, well, your number is not as high as Bobby's number over there. So you're a dumb student and you need these drugs to hack pace.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
KBAM69 said the food pyramid was invented by the American Dairy Council. Totally makes sense. Like the dairy and meat stuff is insane. The amount of
really interesting.
Dairy is not
one of the main donators to the American Heart Associations is one of the biggest meat producers and distributors in the States.
So corrupt.
Yeah,
dude. Have you seen Food Inc? Like you've seen how corrupt food fucking is. Like the food industry is. You know. Like the food industry is not like a staple of ethics. I mean, it's been dating back to like
almost the opposite.
Yeah, it's like I mean, and that dates back to like fucking Teddy Roosevelt when Teddy Roosevelt wrote that. I forget what book it was, but he read a book by a French author who saw and witnessed the state of the meatpacking industry in like 19th century New York, and he was absolutely appalled and developed the FDA. Yeah,
I remember that.
What do you guys think of? Oh, go ahead.
KBAM also said, I just want to touch on this, that poor food choices are laziness, which I would disagree with and say if people knew how connected food was to how they felt, no one is going to, and they had the ability, the financial ability and time to make good choices. No one is going to make bad choices.
Yeah, like you really need to.
I think what Michael brought up earlier, like you're a single parent, you're working all day, you come home, like you're working 8 hours, or if you're my dad, you're working who God knows how many hours. You come home and you're not going to have the energy or time to be able to like prepare a healthy meal. And when you have like the financial boundaries of being able to spend $15 on a 3-person dinner, you're not going to be able to go and purchase something healthy. So I think that plays into.
Yeah, I agree. But I think I don't know, man. I just think it's like I don't think a overarching federal policy would be the way to go. It really is up to people, like to kind of solve that issue. But yeah, man, dude, that's what I think, man. I think me and my husband and my girlfriend should be able to live on my ranch with our AR-15s and smoke as much weed as we want. And like that's what I'm feeling right now.
Speaking of ranches, what do you guys think of the local food? Like the local food movement and like sourcing.
I think it's really cool to see communities in LA kind of come around it. Like they have the farmers market at USC, but they also have like things like Smorgasbord every Sunday, which there's obviously fast food and stuff there, but there are a lot of like grassroots kind of sorts of like, you know, locally sourced produce, locally
Well,
sourced.
It's really interesting hearing about it like from an urban perspective, because my understanding of local food is from like Eugene, and my mom grows all her own food.
Yeah,
and the family that's come around that local food of my mom's has gotten really healthy. But when you're in an urban area, you have to pay a lot of money for local food, and you're not actually like seeing this local food. It's just local food marks.
Yeah.
Who knows, like, if
And
that's
the thing,
regulated
it's like,
to any extent.
Yeah, there's like, you have to say organic, it needs to actually be certified organic. But to say like fresh doesn't mean fucking all. Like to say like locally, natural, like none of that literally fucking means nothing. But like that's why I like shopping at Trader Joe's, because it's like, you know, a lot of it is locally sourced and you can see if it's certified organic and shit like that. And dude, I noticed too, like when I have a good week and I'm eating right and I'm not drinking and I'm, you know, at least staying some level of active, like I feel like there's days where I just like don't need my prescription, you know what I mean? And that's really awesome. But I do think that like you know, this idea that like, oh, I need to medicate my child every day is like a lie that we were told in the 1990s after the FDA, you know, or not after the FDA, after the ADA, because the ADA did a lot of good stuff for the disabled, but it also like kind of paved the way to be like, oh, ADHD and ADD is a disability, when in reality it's like maybe this kid just doesn't want to sit in fucking class like a box all day
listen to like
and
the most boring thing ever.
And listen to the most boring fucking loser talk about some shit that he doesn't really care about right now.
What do you guys think? What do you think we could do to the education system to better it? Like if you could say like 2 improvements.
Dude,
like
we have like 5 subjects in elementary school. Like the kids who don't like those subjects, the ones with like ADHD, dude, I guarantee you every one of those kids has something that they actually care about and are interested in, whether they found it or not. And like that they would be passionate about, and like they would be able to like focus in so hard that like all the other students would pale in comparison.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because I think that what we should do is we should start making it like iterative projects. It's like, what do you like to do? Like make an art project. Okay, I made an art project, you know, and like what questions did that make you find? Oh, it made me find these questions. Okay, well, let's explore that. And like you keep iterating to the point where you got 12 years of somebody who's been passionately discovering who they are, what they care about, their issues, what they can do. And by the time they're a senior in high school, like that motherfucker doesn't even need to go to college. He's probably ready to enter some level of the job market. You know what I mean?
I might disagree with this to some extent if I understand it right, because I think like children at a young age, even like adolescents too, like you probably need to have some sort of base knowledge to be flexible in what you're going to do at all, and sending kids down one path when they're really young. Like let's take
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you got to keep the other basic fundamental stuff, right? Obviously, but you also have to give them time in the week to figure themselves out, right? And that doesn't mean, oh, you're this and you're going to be this forever. Like that's a bad way to teach children, and it would scare the fuck out of them. Like you want to keep them calm, and you want to be like, what do you like right now? What are you doing? Let them go through their phases, let their work, let them document their own development, right? And then
the other subjects into what they're learning and be like, and show the actual value of like math, like what they're doing. Like,
like how can I use and apply these subjects? You know what I mean? Like as opposed
to 30 kids, like I think this is really smart, like adding some flexibility. It's just like the practicality of it. How do you take classes of 30,
you have fucking
teachers who are paid $25,000 in the south side of Chicago? How do you get these teachers to be willing to put in the time and effort?
Well, one, you have to get rid of, because what happened was No Child Left Behind was the policy that said, hey, the money that your district makes is the money that gets funded back into the school. Now, I'm not saying that you abolish No Child Left Behind, because other parts of the clauses of that bill were really, really good. But that one kind of paved the way of saying, all right, well, if you don't have a lot of money in your district, your public school is not that good. So what they should do is they should amend certain sections of that to better spread out and allocate funding to these schools and kind of pay those teachers more. And then think about it this way. You went to, for K through 12, You went to school for 13 fucking years every day for 8 hours a day. All right, so let's do a math day, let's do a science day, let's do a health day and a history day, or whatever 4 subjects you want to do. And then Friday, like, you can block it out so that there's normal class and that there's one day where these kids, at least early on, have this idea to, one, play, engage with things that they like, start to ask these questions, start to kind of be critical of themselves and understand who they are. And then as that kind of develops and grows, you might be able to give them more and more license. You know, as you have to have the guidance counselor take a bigger role and be like, what do you like to do? What do you want to do? You know, like, let's explore it. Let's try it. It doesn't have to be like that forever, but we get put in this mindset where it's like everybody needs to go to college and they need to be good at one particular thing forever. And it's like,
dude, here's a crazy idea.
World.
Like, what if we teachers' time usage, dude, they're people to people. Like, there's only so much that you can expend per person. Even if you really work hard and you're a smart teacher and stuff, like, dude, with the advent of VR and stuff, like, kids can put on headsets and be in a virtual classroom with a teacher who's teaching like thousands of kids at once. And like, that can streamline so much basic knowledge and free up so much time for other teachers.
If seriously, if you like schools are so behind and effective means of education. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, if you want to teach a kid how to do programming and math, you can still have, like, if you want to teach a kid algebra, you can still have online assignments, right, where you grade them, right, and then like see where they fall in, so you can get those average. But through technology and like live streaming or whatever, you can educate literally thousands of children at once. And it's like, okay, that's pretty substantial. You can have one person say, you know, y equals mx plus b. Here's this, and that. You have like a bunch of moderators, you know, who like maybe are older students. They do it for extra credit, or they do it for like some sort of work thing, and they answer these questions and help these like, they take on the questions. Kids can docket questions. And then also too, you have them do the assignment and you can see where they place, so you can understand their knowledge of it. If their knowledge is low, maybe they go to additional practice, but they shouldn't be penalized for it if they can't understand something. And then also too, what they should be graded on is what they manifest within themselves. Right. So you go, okay, let's see what you like to do. Oh, I like to edit video. Okay, well, you want to try to give me a video project, edit a video. You know, they come in and they give you something simple, but if they hone that craft, like, that's what I did, is I started editing at 11. It's like, if they hone that craft, they could unlock so many fucking things, and they could be going to these awesome programs in college and, you know, really, really expand these things. And it's like, we're going to have to change education eventually because of automation. Like, it's going to have to become more individualistic. It's going to have to become more concentrated in
because of labor market demands.
Because the labor market demands are going to drop substantially. And that's just how I feel. I was too early to get food last time, so I'm going to go again right now and grab food, and I'll be right back. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Do you think that this sort of global, I guess, national education reform is obtainable in any sort of like short run, being less than 20 years?
I mean, I think it is. I think it's about prioritization and people caring about it, and like having an actual like impetus to do something.
Do you think there's any sense of urgency around the issue, like amongst voters, basically, of people thinking like education isn't working? Because I don't think that there's that global consensus.
Yeah, I think it's fair. And I think that reaching a tipping point on something that's like so like moderately important in so many people's eyes, and it's like, the system's like moderately broken, but like, what about terrorism? Like, it's hard to get people on board enough to be like, hey, like, we actually need to fix this. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't care, dude. There's no way that, like, I'm not gonna be the dad that sends my kid to elementary school and then is like, oh, do your homework. And like, that's not gonna be fucking me. Like, I'm gonna take like such a radically different approach to education that it's not even gonna stand a chance compared to like what's going on right now.
Yeah, I think if a lot of parents had the means, they'd send their kids to a private school with like because of the same understanding. Not saying that private school solves those issues, but in some people's eyes, a private school like does solve some of the issues we've talked about, and a lot of them have to do with like public schools and like quality of the education you receive there. But I think that like what is important, especially with what Michael's talking about, like the working class type thing, is like making something accessible for like a lot of people. It doesn't have to be everyone. I mean, some people, but I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Aren't there political candidates who have campaigned on the idea of subsidizing private school and trying to get more students to go to private schools instead of public schools?
Do you know of any?
I think I remember reading of them in the Obama election way back in the day, but I wouldn't testify or even.
I mean, to be honest, to be like completely honest, I think that the closest thing to that we're going to get generally that's going to like be functional in the United States is moving in the direction of universal basic income, because everything else is too complex, too complicated. It's too administrative. It's too bureaucratic.
Let's talk about Andrew Yang. I watched a video today trying to like get a little bit more read up. Davey actually watched it with me. Trying to get a little bit more read up on the upcoming 2020 election, and Andrew Yang is polling at 1.1% right now.
Is that Democratic or overall?
Democratic.
Okay. Let me check.
And did you know that Joe Biden apparently has been ahead of Bernie Sanders so far?
I did not know that, but that means absolutely nothing to me. If there is another traditional candidate picked in 2020, like I couldn't care less. It means nothing to me. I want nothing to do with American politics or any politics. There's like every time there's a big election like this, I see someone who I'm like, or I mean, every time is an exaggeration. I've only been like able to vote for 2 elections, but.
Here, wait 1 second. Let me go say goodnight really quick. I'll be right back.
Yo. Yeah, dude, I had a thought on the way back. The reason that like a lot of this stuff is like this is because it's all about rankings. Like high schools are defined by how many of their students go to college. Colleges are defined by like the averages of their students, how many of them get jobs. If we just didn't, like, it's a bad idea to not have hierarchies, but like the idea of ranking tribes is really stupid, because like you have to kind of see society built on the backs of individuals and not like a bunch of arbitrary groups that don't really like really relate to what's going on in the world. I don't know. I haven't really refined that thesis yet, but it's developing. So we've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes now. I got a lot of work to do. And I want to keep having this conversation, but I'm not sure that I can because I have a lot of stuff to do. And we're going to be on again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm down if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, once I'm done all my stuff, I'm so down to just play RuneScape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Jack Mandillo too, and he might be down as well. So we might get a bunch of people coming on. And that goes off, obviously, if anybody in chat wants to make a RuneScape account tonight, and then tomorrow. Don't make it yet. Make it tomorrow and come play with us. We'll tell you the server name.
We're all gonna start at the same time.
Come in and play RuneScape.
We're gonna race to become good at RuneScape.
Yeah. Are we racing? I thought we were gonna work together and like try to.
Oh, that's a better idea. That's a way better idea.
Yeah, that's a way better. We don't be racing. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like you're gonna win the race.
That's gonna be so much fun. All of us, just a big RuneScape team. Ethan, are you gonna tomorrow? Michael and I are gonna stream. We're gonna play RuneScape starting from scratch, and we're gonna make a big clan. Are you gonna join?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm not playing RuneScape again. I've tried it like
Ethan is such a dick about RuneScape. I swear to God, dude.
Why?
Dude, every time I'm like, one time I told him, I was like, dude, play RuneScape with me. He went on, made fun of it, and then didn't play anymore. And every time since then, I'm like, dude, like, would you want to maybe give it a shot? And he's like, no, I'm never playing RuneScape again.
I'm not trying to be mean here. I don't like the game that much. My Dora 0104 was only level 34.
Dude, play with me and Michael, though. It'll be fun. Chip's gonna play. Chip's never even played
Chip's
before.
down. Chip's down to play. I'm down to play with Chip. Yeah, I'm down to get as many people as possible. I'm down to come in and just take over the wilderness.
We should get my mom to play with us too.
Holy crap!
Does she like know what she? Do you think she'd be competent enough in computers to do it or no?
I could probably walk her through the download and stuff to get on there.
Okay. Yeah,
it's possible, but I will feel really guilty because at some point I have to do 4 weeks assignments.
Yeah, I have to start. I literally have to animate a music video. I have to animate a music video tonight, dude. So I got to get off probably in 5 minutes, at least. Okay.
I'm not doing homework after this conversation. I'm going to probably let the liquid come out of my urethra and then go to sleep. That's what will happen with me after this conversation.
Okay, cool. Next time we do this, we should try to get more topics like that and get the ball rolling earlier. Because we have a lot of viewers today, which I'm very happy about. I'm very proud of the people who actually like sit through it and watch it like this early on. But I think we could kind of in the beginning amp it up a little bit earlier. Get to the hard hitting facts. That don't care about your feelings. And really destroy some liberals with facts and logic.
Watch, I'm going to destroy one right now. Hey, Michael. Our country was founded in 2018.
Whoa. Okay. Dude. One, I'm offended. That's the first thing. Because that is against, that's racist towards people who weren't here when the country was founded and who don't live in America. So my thoughts and prayers to the entire global community.
Hey, I think Chip and I are on the same page. We should all get on the free World of Warcraft server. You can play from level 1.
We can do that another day. We'll do that another day.
Dude,
one game at a time, dude. You gotta slow down. One game at a time.
We can play 2 video games. Are you serious?
Dude, in the same day? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Sound like a psycho. I want to play.
RuneScape is the one game Michael will play. And zombies. RuneScape and Nazi zombies. So the 2 games. Oh, and Minecraft are the 3 games that Michael will play. And I think it's because he started playing them when his brain was still ready for games. And then he grew out of it. But something about his brain just got stuck in that time of playing RuneScape, Minecraft, and zombies. So he's still into it. But you introduce him to a new game that's basically the exact same concept, but it's better. And I don't think Michael would play it.
Dude, that's what I was thinking today about Fortnite in 15 years is going to be the most nostalgic game of all time. It's going to have crazy resurgences, or if it doesn't just continue to exist forever,
Yeah, I think
that's going to be see Endgame. Are you going to see Endgame?
Ryan, my roommate, really wants to see it tomorrow, but I don't know if I can because I have so much to do.
This isn't much of a spoiler. There's one scene that involves Fortnite, and it was freaking hilarious. It was so funny.
Dude, did Ant-Man go up his ass though, or no?
I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but Ant-Man did not go up Thor's ass, or he didn't go up.
No. End it with that.
End it with that. All right.
He also did go up Thor's ass, so there's that.
He went up Thor's ass?
No, he didn't. Ant-Man actually didn't go up any asses.
Spoiler.
What did Ant-Man go up? Did Ant-Man go up anything?
Ooh, not a question I can answer.
Did he so that's a yes. That's what that means. Did he go up did he go, I don't know, go jump in a Black Widow's cleavage or something? What happened?
Oh.
I was let me these big old knock,
Like an African American woman without a husband's boobs.
Who's that? A Black Widow?
God damn it, Michael. I was really.
Why are you bringing that up? You thought we were just going to skip over that?
Oh, man.
Hey,
on that note,
before we end the podcast, let's take a quick. Michael, can you take an Instagram poll on whether or not I should get you a traditional Norwegian outfit for Norwegian Independence Day?
Yeah, it just came back. It said yes.
Yeah, I was thinking like this would be a really funny gift to present to you, but at the same time, the practicality of the gift is very close to zero.
Are you not gonna get one for Michael too?
Michael, I think the practicality for Michael would actually be a lot higher. I could see Michael wearing the Norwegian traditional outfit
I don't even know what that looks like. What
Yeah,
does that look like? Can I'm eating, so Michael, can you look it up and screen share?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
got it. I got it. It's like this little kid right here.
Oh, Ethan, you're gonna miss Norway Day.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to stay for it.
Dude, why do they have like the Weimar Republic flags? Like, why do they have the German cross like as their flag?
That's the Norwegian flag.
Were they allied with Germany in the war?
They were actually they were occupied by Germany.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they were
I went to one of the places where they like it's this like stone bunker on top of a hill that overlooks this pier in the south. And I went to one of those places and they were like, Nazis were here. This German general was in this bunker at one point. And I was like, cool. Then I climbed on top of it.
Were they like happy about it, or like how did it?
No, it was just like this happened. That was it. It was pretty much it. I think there was actually like a decent amount of deaths resulting in World War II from Norway. I'm not sure how they came about. Probably the same way a lot of the other ones came about.
Wasn't it like Russia or something? Like I think that's where a lot of the female snipers were, or something like that, like fighting against the Norwegians. Or I'm not sure, dude. There's somebody.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember the history. Anyway, I really gotta get going.
Yeah, I've got to poop, guys.
Yeah, go take your poop, cuz. And Michael, I'll text you later, and we'll get on RuneScape later, and we'll have a great Fortniting motherfucking time.
Thanks for coming on, guys. It was a pleasure getting way too heated about some political and social American topics with you. Can we heat it again?
I don't think we got heated. I think we did
like,
all right.
Not like heated at each other, but like I was heated at America.
Oh, I was, dude. If I ever saw America on the street, like I'd fucking knock that motherfucker out. If I saw America on the
street, I'd get down on my hands and knees and I'd crawl around in a circle, and then I'd probably get up and I'd say thank you for your time, and I would ask for tips.
Good luck getting tips from America, man.
All right, yeah,
see you guys. Yo, Michael, I'm gonna send you this MP3.
Okay, what is it?
All right, it's by recording.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a Google Drive that you could send me over Facebook, and then I'll give it to you? I'll just drop the file in there.
Yeah. Is that how that works?
Chip, save it for tomorrow. Chip, don't. Chip says, before you go, I have an important moral and ethical question. Write it down. Save it for tomorrow. Write it down. Come back tomorrow. Write it down. We'll answer tomorrow. I promise. Just not right now.
Bukurski, put it in one of your things and then send it to my email, michaelgarrylivestream@gmail.com. And then I'll just download it and then you can delete it from your thing.
I'm confused. What do you want me to do?
So you take the files and drop them into your Google Drive.
Okay.
And then share it. Just press share and then put in michaelgarrylivestream@gmail.com.
Yeah. Wait 1 second. Okay. All right. Then cool. All right. That's what I'll do. Send me your email address on Facebook. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Peace.